Your premium motorcycle customers have likely explored everything within a few hundred miles of their home. The 2018 Goldwing and Goldwing Tour are designed to venture way beyond that. For many, just getting to good scenery or great country roads involves blocks of stop-and-go traffic through the city or hundreds of miles of highway. Lighter, more nimble, more comfortable, and far more powerful than previous Goldwings, these machines are designed to make it even easier and more fun to get to the good stuff, and then offer more handling and performance once there. These all-new machines cater to people with a passion for traveling on a motorcycle, but who demand more performance than cruisers or V-twins offer. These riders also want the latest technology and highest quality like only Honda can deliver. In this module, we're going to talk about the advantages of the new Goldwing and Goldwing Tour's engine and transmissions. The engine has the legendary benefits of the horizontally opposed structure of prior Goldwing engines, but that's where the similarities end. Every single component of this six-cylinder, four-valve engine is completely new and more powerful than ever before. This liquid-cooled power plant features multiple ride modes that are easily selectable. Riders can choose from 4 different modes: Tour, Sport, Rain, and Economy. Each mode varies power output and braking character, as well as other factors depending on model, like electronic suspension damping and torque control on Tour models, and the DCT shift points on all of the dual-clutch models. The Honda Selectable Torque Control, or HSTC, can also be turned off if the rider desires. And, speaking of selection, the ride modes can be changed without stopping, allowing riders to choose a mode on the fly to match the road ahead as conditions change from a dry highway to a wet river road. In designing this new engine, Honda had 3 goals: make it lighter and more compact, make it more powerful, and make it a more engaging, more sophisticated experience through new technology. In the end, engineers accomplished all 3 objectives. Let's take a closer look at how they did it. In order to shrink the overall size of the engine, the bore diameter was changed from 74 millimeters to 73 millimeters, and a high-strength steel alloy was used for the crankshaft that allowed thinner flywheels, resulting in a shorter crankshaft. The distance between each cylinder was decreased due to the smaller bore and redesigned cooling channels, which shortened the front-to-back length of the cylinder rows. Next, the crank position sensor, which detects engine speed and piston positions for controlling the fuel injection system, was moved from the front area of the crankshaft to the rear, shortening the engine in front. These changes reduced engine length significantly. This was critical because it allowed engineers to place the engine farther forward in the frame, and that allowed the rider and passenger to also move forward, which dramatically improved handling, reduced turbulence in the cockpit, and improved aerodynamics for greater performance and fuel efficiency. To keep the cylinder heads compact, Honda employed a new generation Unicam valve train, similar to that used on the CRF 450R motocrosser, to create the lightest, most compact cylinder head possible. Unicam uses a single camshaft to actuate all the valves, reducing weight. To increase performance, this cylinder head features 4 valves in place of the previous model's 2-valve design for more power and combustion efficiency. The combustion chamber shape is very flat, flows more fuel, and burns quicker and more efficiently. To minimize frictional losses, roller rocker arms are used on the exhaust side, and molybdenum coating has been applied to the piston skirts to minimize friction and maximize power. Additional weight came off the engine through the use of aluminum cylinder sleeves, a lighter camshaft material, a revision of the engine cooling routing, and an innovation called Integrated Starter Generator, or ISG. ISG integrates the generator and starter motor functions into one compact unit. Integrating the starter saved a lot of weight, and starting is considerably quieter. Despite the switch from 2 valves to 4, the new engine weighs far less compared to the previous model. The intake system has also been completely redesigned for more efficiency. The fuel injection system now contains 1 throttle body instead of 2, and the inner diameter and thickness of the intake manifold have been revised. The intake manifold volume was also reduced to save space, and this was made possible by the quicker response of the throttle-by-wire system and a more efficient 4-valve head that fills the combustion chamber more quickly. The airbox is also more efficient. This was accomplished by altering the size, shape, and location of the two intake ducts. The new design creates a swirl effect of air that more efficiently fills the airbox, reduces intake resistance, and improves throttle response. Along with weight reduction, improved sound and styling were the primary inspirations for the design of the exhaust system. The muffler's new structure has a special chrome finish that's more resistant to heat discoloration, and the exhaust sound itself is more visceral, a deep throbbing bass that reminds riders how much power is on tap. The Goldwing's engine performance difference over the prior year is immediately noticeable, as less weight alone accelerates harder. Combine that with the increase in power through the Unicam 4-valve head and other changes, and we're talking about touring at a whole new level. These changes not only increase horsepower and torque, but deliver better fuel efficiency than the previous 2-valve engine. Now let's talk about two amazing transmissions. Goldwing and Goldwing Tour buyers have two options: the new 7-speed automatic DCT with handlebar-mounted shift switches, or the all-new 6-speed manual transmission with slipper clutch. Let's start with the dual clutch transmission, or DCT, and cover some of the basic benefits. In automatic mode, of course, there will never be helmet tap caused by a missed shift, but this transmission has a lot more benefits and is no ordinary automatic. Because it uses the conventional gears like a traditional manual transmission, DCT still offers the confidence-inspiring and natural-feeling engine braking characteristics of a geared transmission. As the dual-clutch name implies, Honda's DCT system incorporates two clutches. One controls the odd-numbered gears, while the other controls even-numbered gears. The two clutches operate alternately in making gear changes. For example, when changing from first to second gear, the system detects the upshift, then disengages the first gear clutch, while engaging the second gear clutch to achieve a smooth, seamless gear change. For more rider control, there's also a manual mode, or MT setting to DCT, that allows the rider to select and change gears using the two shift switches on the left handlebar. Also, in the full automatic mode setting, DCT allows for immediate manual override on demand. The rider simply selects the desired gear using the shift switches, which is very useful when preparing to pass another vehicle or when more engine braking is desired. And when the rider is done using the shift switches to manipulate the DCT shift points of a ride mode, the system reverts back to full automatic mode without any further rider input. The new DCT in the DCT-equipped Goldwing and Goldwing Tour models shifts even faster and smoother than the previous generation dual-clutch transmissions. This was achieved through the incorporation of an additional gear, new electronic and hydraulic DCT controls, and a new throttle-by-wire system. Riders will immediately appreciate the benefit of the 7th gear in this dual-clutch transmission. The additional gear allowed Honda engineers a wider selection of gear ratios to work with. This benefits the rider with closer gear ratios down low for quicker acceleration, and a wider spread of gears up top to keep the RPM lower at speed. Additionally, the new design features 3 patent-pending internal dampers to reduce shift impacts and noise. Combined with sophisticated operating electronics and the precise response of the all-new throttle-by-wire system, this DCT also shifts significantly quicker than previous generations. DCT shifts so smoothly in automatic mode, few riders can match it with a manual transmission, and this smooth shifting character dramatically enhances the rider and passenger experience. Using the clutch is no longer a factor, and passengers benefit from perfect shifts every time, which minimizes back and forth body movement and makes for a far more comfortable, less fatiguing all-day ride. All DCT models for 2018 offer riders an extra measure of slow speed maneuverability for the rider. In addition to the slow-speed reverse feature, standard on DCT models and all of the Goldwing Tour models, DCT-equipped models have an additional feature to help the rider maneuver the bike forward at walking speed, a real benefit when negotiating tight parking spots, especially with a passenger. The manual or foot shift transmission is also new, super smooth and quieter in operation, thanks in part to the incorporation of a slipper clutch and an additional sixth gear. Pioneered in Honda's high-performance sport bikes, slipper clutches help the rider make smooth downshifts, and a cam assist mechanism has reduced clutch lever effort by 30% compared to the previous Goldwing. The overdrive sixth gear lowers engine RPM significantly for a much quieter ride. A damper was also incorporated between the clutch and the transmission, and has further reduced noise and shock when shifting gears. No matter which transmission your customer picks, all Goldwing and Goldwing Tour models feature Hill Start Assist, or HSA. This feature momentarily holds the motorcycle's position on inclines when the brakes are released and before the rider applies throttle. A great convenience when starting from a full stop on a hill. The Goldwing and Goldwing Tour powertrain is Honda engineering at its very best, packed with innovations and creative ideas that have reinvented what a premium motorcycle can do, how it feels, and how it sounds. More powerful, more compact, and lighter with the option of automatic or manual transmissions. It's designed to give riders and passengers an unequaled, uncompromised riding experience, no matter where they are headed.